Hello and welcome to Graphic Online News in Brief. In the headlines, President Akufo-Addo confident of a good GDP performance in spite of COVID-19. Ghana inaugurates first governing board for petroleum hub projects. Ghana police captures data of 18,000 convicted criminals to help fight transborder crimes. NPP dares ex-President Mahama to provide alternative solutions to national challenges. And PNC leadership cracks deepens as suspended General Secretary returns to dismiss National Chairman and leader. News in Brief is brought to you by...
Download your Graphic News Plus now and choose your preferred package daily, weekly, monthly, and annually, and access free news on various interest areas as well. Graphic News Plus, connecting people through news.
And now the news in brief. President Akufo-Addo says in spite of the ravages of the COVID-19 pandemic that has brought many economies to their knees, government is working to attain a 5% GDP growth rate by close of 2021. He says this will enhance the prospects of a win-win environment for both private sector and country and create environment where companies do not just survive but actually thrive.
President Akufo-Addo, who gave the assurance when he opened the Maiden Spark-Up Summit in Accra, noted that his government inherited an economy growing at an average of 3.4% of GDP all the way to 2016. Spark-Up is an annual investment summit launched by the Ghana Investments Promotion Center and the Ministry of Information to stimulate conversations among investors, facilitators, agencies, private sector providers, and the general public to fully unlock Ghana's investment potential. President Akufo-Addo said the government was able to move the economy into one of the fastest growing in the world between 2017 and 2020, averaging 7% GDP.
In spite of the ravages of the pandemic, we are working to grow the economy at a much faster rate this year. Our target being a 5% GDP growth rate, which will enhance the prospects of a win-win environment for both private sector and country. Create an environment where companies do not just survive, but actually thrive. In the first quarter of this year, the GDP of the economy grew at 3.1%. In the second, at 8.9%.
The Ghana Police Service has captured the data of about 18,000 convicted criminals through an electronic police data exchange system to help combat transnational crimes in the West African sub-region. The captured data dates back from 2016 and has been fed into the West African Police Information System database for ready use by the police and other agencies in Ghana and beyond.
The Acting Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufo-Addo, in a speech read on his behalf by the Director General of the Criminal Investigation Department, Mr. Isaac Kenyeboah, disclosed that apart from the police, the immigration services could be a major user of the data. The venue of the disclosure was the opening of an ECOWAS regional training program in Accra for selected law enforcement officials from Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Nigeria, and the Gambia. The West African Police Information System program is funded by the European Union and implemented by Interpol, with political and strategic support from the ECOWAS.
Energy Minister Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh has inaugurated the first governing board of the Petroleum Hub project, with a call on members to implement strategies to facilitate the transformation of the country's upstream petroleum sector. The Energy Minister said the project is one of government's strategic anchor initiatives to boost the petroleum downstream subsector and serve as a pillar of growth for the Ghanaian economy.
The 9-member board is chaired by a nominee of the President and Paramount Chief of the Western Nzima Traditional Area, Awulai Ano Ajay III. The $50 billion project, which is a private sector-led initiative, occupies 20 acres of land in the Jomoro municipal area in the western region and is expected to be completed by 2030. It comes with 4 refineries, 2 oil jetty storage tanks for crude and 2 petrochemical plants.
The Petroleum Hub is one of government's strategic interests. An initiative to serve as a major pillar of growth for the Ghanaian. I dare say that since the advent of the Fourth Republic, every president has done his best to promote value addition. part of the goods. But we believe that the petroleum hub is a game changer in that direction. We believe that this hub will accelerate the growth of the petroleum downstream sector.
The new Patriotic Party has challenged former President and 2020 National Democratic Congress flag bearer, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, to provide alternative plans for the management of the COVID-19 economy instead of merely criticizing government. General Secretary of the ruling NPP, Mr. John Boadu, says the NPP government deserves the former president's gratitude for successfully managing the COVID-19 situation and recording a fast recovery of the country's economy.
The former president on Monday hated the ruling party and accused the government of hiding behind COVID-19 excuses to mismanage the economy. Speaking on the state of the Ghanaian economy at a forum the opposition NDC had labeled as the scorecard, Mr. Mahama said while the pandemic may have affected national lives in many ways, the NPP government has poorly managed affairs and should stop hiding behind the COVID excuses. However, John Boadu says a better thing for the former president to do is to bring on board alternative solutions to help strengthen the economy and address the COVID-19 situations.
Where is his alternative financial plan and alternative COVID-19 management plan? He has no plan because he does not realize and accept that COVID-19 has a fundamental impact on the economy. What is for President Mahama's approach to securing vaccines? What is his alternative to keeping schools open? What is John Mahama's alternative to anything apart from the IMF? If you are the alternative, then spell out your alternatives to the Ghanaian people now.
There are deepening cracks within the leadership ranks of the People's National Convention. An extraordinary National Executive Committee meeting of the party has removed the national chairman, Mr. Moses Daniba, and the national leader, Mr. David Apasera, from office.
The NEC meeting held in Kumasi on Tuesday also reinstated Ms. Janet Asana Nabila as the General Secretary of the party. The NEC only last week suspended the General Secretary indefinitely for alleged gross misconduct, insubordination and incompetence. The party gave Janet Nabila 1 week to hand over her office to the party's national treasurer. She, however, denied allegations and promised to turn the tables. While she was at the receiving end, her main defender was the party's Greater Accra Regional Chairman, Bala Meikankan, who has now been sworn in as the new acting national chairman of the party.
That will come to me. That will come to me in my service and to the party. My service to the party. So help me God. So help me God.
Thank you for watching. We see you again with another edition. Stay safe and protect yourself from COVID-19. For more news, visit graphic.com.gh or log on to Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube at GraphicGH. I'm Ama Amankwa Befi.
Subscribe now.